About a year and a half ago, I got reservations to hike Grand Canyon, and then COVID hit. And so they sent out a little email saying that we would have like 2 weeks in front of the general public to apply for another permit. I applied a little too late, got rejected again. Finally got my permit. Going out this weekend to hike the Grand Canyon with my good friend Arnold. Anyway, I got the camper all packed up. The backpack's a little bit heavier than I wanted it to be, but it should be a great trip. I haven't gone on a good, guy trip in a long time. It should be a blast. We're gonna hike down to the bottom, spend a couple nights down near Phantom Ranch. There's a backpacking campground down there, and then hike up on Sunday and come back home to the real world. Anyway, hopefully the Delta variant doesn't rear its head while we're out there. The government likes to shut down the campgrounds for some reason, even though they're nice and spread out. But anyway, maybe cooler heads will prevail. Heading out in just a few. All right, it's the night before the big hike. We got Arnold right behind me. Yeah, we just arrived at the Grand Canyon, and tomorrow we'll be going down, down, down. So it's supposed to be over 90 degrees at the bottom, and maybe 70 at night. So we'll see. I think we're well prepared.
Okay, we're going on down that damn trail today.
Well, we got a little late start today. I had to go through the packs, make sure that everything was appropriate. Got rid of a little bit of weight. They're really heavy, especially when the water's in there. Anyway, we're really excited. We're going to start off down the South Kaibab Trail. Packs are ready to go. Well, professional backpackers know that you should start this hike at about 5 in the morning, where it's nice and cool. So of course we're going to start off at 11:15 in the heat of the day and just kill ourselves. Here we go, down the Grand Canyon. I like it. Yeah.
Anal pros. Great. I'm gonna go over here. Where should we go?
Like the show.
Counterintuitive, all right? But when you think about it, that's not the same guy we saw at the corner. That's
Hi.
Hi.
Well, I probably didn't do as much downhill training as I should have in this hike. I did a lot of good uphill training, but not as much downhill with the pack. I think that would have been a very useful thing to do before a trip like this. Anyway, there's a couple of sore spots on my quads from going down the hill I didn't expect, and but we're making good time. And incredibly gorgeous views. We got lucky. There's a lot of clouds giving us shade, so we should do fine. Stopping a lot more than when I was doing my training hikes. Holy cow, this is hard. Probably because the pack is way too heavy. Anyway, beautiful sights.
Okay. 'Cause next thing you know.
Well, I'll tell you, this trail is no joke. And if you were doing this in 100 degrees plus weather, yeah, this is intense. The downhill on South Kaibab is so steep. I just haven't trained for anything like that. And so, different muscles are kind of like, the Charlie horse muscles in your thighs. I can feel those ones really tight. I'm going to fight against shin splints if you come down your heel too much. Come down your toe too much, your calf hurts. Oh well, I guess I'm just complaining about being in my 60s. I'm having a great time, beautiful views. It really is a Grand Canyon. It's quite different to hike down into it compared to being up on the top and looking down. And of course it changes. Every time you see it, it's a little bit different. Anyway, this turned out to be a really great trip. We got kind of lucky because there's a lot of cloud cover, so it's giving us a lot of shade. As you go down, it gets hotter and hotter. I can't really tell what the temperature is right now. It's probably only in the 80s, not too bad. Up at the top, of course, this morning it was kind of chilly. We did get a late start though. So we'll be down at the bottom for 2 nights. Hope to find the waterfall and play in the stream and just relax and refresh our bodies, and then we'll go up in 2 days. Anyway, having a blast. Yeah, they say to balance food and water, restore your energy, take plenty of breaks. If you're hot, cool off by getting wet in creeks and water stations. Rest for an hour. In summer, don't hike between 10 and 4. Oh, that's what we did wrong.
Yeah, that.
Thank you, National Park Service, for this wonderful shady place.
Oasis.
An oasis. So why do we put ourselves through all of the strenuous exertion for one of these adventures? I think there's a spirit of adventure, and then there's experiencing in a deeper way the natural wonders. So the Grand Canyon, a lot of people just see from the top, but as you go in, it reveals all sorts of different aspects of itself. It's just beautiful as you go down, and you get a different sense of scale. This thing is monstrous. And then I think the key is to have a sense of awareness, during the adventure. Feel the wind against you, hear the sounds, see the sights. Try not to get caught up in other thoughts, future thoughts or past thoughts. Try and be right here, right now, and then you won't trip. And just experience the wonder around you. We were sitting down at a rest stop, and the mule driver goes, "Condor, condor!" Beautiful condor soaring over us. Had a little tag on his foot, which made me feel a little sad, but I guess, they've been reintroduced, and I don't know how they're doing, but it was wondrous to see it. It was really big. But I've just been enjoying feeling the heat and then feeling the coolness of the breeze coming across me. We took a really nice break there in that shelter. We were sheltered from the sun. We were able to lay down, stretch out our muscles, get a little extra food, and finish our last 2.5 miles here to get to our camp. So it's just been a very wonderful day. It was full of beauty. All right, that took a lot longer than we thought. We're both a little out of shape. And here we are at Bright Angel. We found our campsite. It's really nice. Has a picnic table and food storage. It's rocky but flat. So we're gonna make some dinner and bed down. Night. What always amazes me about these really hard trips is how the next morning you kind of forget about all the pain of the day before. And you just realize what you did. You hiked down the Grand Canyon, you found yourself a beautiful campsite. So we have the whole day today. Last night I jumped in the river and washed myself off before going to bed. And so refreshing. Today we're going to try and hike up and find a waterfall, hang out there for lunch, let our legs recover, maybe head to Phantom Ranch and see if they have anything. A cold lemonade would be nice. But anyway, yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful place down here. And then just realizing that you're at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. It's I don't know, it just feels really, I don't know, special, I guess is the right word. Very blessed to be here. Anyway, see you later.
It says place permit here.
Uh-huh.
You put on your tent. Like this.
Yeah. So we're hiking out towards the North Rim, looking for some nice water features to hang out in. Have some lunch up here. Anyway, there's a Ribbon Falls that's about 6 miles. I'm not sure we're gonna make it or not. But anyway, yeah, nice day off, still hiking. So forecast in the canyon is for 100 degrees today. And what are you doing as 100 degrees in the canyon? Oh yeah.
Eureka!
Woo!
This is the water that God gave.
Yes. So I'm starting to think the trick to the Grand Canyon is to come down the North Rim. You would hike all along the stream the whole time. You wouldn't have to carry as much water, and anytime it got too hot, oh man, this is amazing. Well, there's our shady spot turned into a sunny spot. We realized it was time to move on. Doesn't seem fair. That does not seem fair.
Hi, I'm Donna Schmidt from MaggiesMission.org. My husband and I hiked Rim, South Kaibab, down to Phantom Ranch, up to the North Kaibab, stayed the night, and now we're hiking back up to the South Rim again in honor of our daughter Maggie Schmidt. She did the hike with us on August 19th of 2014. We hiked it as a family. We came down the South Kaibab Trail. We camped out with my son, Stephen, Maggie, and my husband in Phantom Ranch. We had a great time. Maggie was so enthusiastic about the hike, and she was 14 at the time. She was born in 2000. But unfortunately, Maggie got sick in 2016 and with cancer out of nowhere. And she died within 10 months of diagnosis. So that's why we fund research for pediatric cancers, and we help families with sick children in honor of her. But we did this trip to honor Maggie's made a bucket list. We're not sure if she did it before she got sick or after she got sick, but the second item on her list was to hike the Grand Canyon again. So that's why my husband and I did this. We took her ashes down with us and we released them in the Colorado River, so it feels like, she got to do what she wanted to do. At least one of the items on her bucket list. We are intending to do all of them. You could look up Maggie's bucket list just on Google and you'll come across her handwritten list. Tomorrow we hike out and we just, honor our daughter. She loved children, so before she died, she asked us to help other kids. And that's what we're doing. Maggie would be 21, but she died at 17 on June 1st, 2017.
Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you for.
So you never know who you're going to run into or who you're going to meet on the trail. And we ran into Donna, and she had such a heartwarming story. about her daughter and why she's hiking the Grand Canyon. And yeah, truth is, Arnold and I are hiking the Grand Canyon in honor of Joe Hite. So my brother-in-law and Arnold and Joe famously hiked the Grand Canyon without enough water one year, and they've told this story for years and years. And it sounds like it was pretty dire. Like at one point they laid down on the trail, fell asleep, had ants crawling on them. Anyway, they survived. We heard the story time after time. Anyway, Arnold and I decided this would be a good way to remember Joe by coming down here to the Grand Canyon. And then we ran into Donna and heard her story. And it was so amazing. I asked her if she wouldn't mind telling it to the camera, and she did. So I'm going to put it in this video. It's been a really nice trip, very enjoyable. Tomorrow we hike out. We're going to get up as early as we can and try and beat the heat. It's supposed to be like 104 down here, 80 at the top. So we're going to be hiking up probably 80 most of the way if we kind of follow the temperature up. Anyway, Grand Canyon, definitely recommend coming down here. It's very special. Well, later start than we maybe wanted, 5 o'clock. Beautiful, beautiful morning sky. And this morning we're just really marveling in the beauty of the universe and the wonder of the universe. And in the middle of this gigantic canyon with this water below us, carving it out, it's really spectacular. Anyway, we got a long day in front of us. And I'll try and make some reports from different spots along the trail. Peace out. So right out of Bright Angel Camp, you cross the bridge, and then you kind of climb up along River Trail, and then you go all the way back down again, and then you start up the canyon. That's kind of a little trick the trail plays on you in the morning. Anyway, very beautiful. Probably should have started earlier. The sun's gonna pop up in a little bit. They're predicting 104 down at the bottom and 80 at the top. Now we're getting closer to Indian Gardens. We've been pretty lucky. There's been enough shade. There's just one exposed area. We started off at 5 a.m. probably. In retrospect, should have made it 4, maybe even 3, just for the extra shade. So the plan is to stop in Indian Gardens, make some lunch, maybe take a little hour-long rest or something, get him back in the game, and then on up to the top. And it's been a beautiful hike. Beautiful waterfall. Wow. All right, these are the strong hikers.
As you can see.
As you can see, they know how to enjoy the hike. That was a surreal experience. Arnold had a heat stroke, and we spent over an hour attending to him. We eventually got the helicopter medics came and flew him away. So hopefully this story has a good ending.